people tell me I'm too lenient, and I'm a defense judge, and I try to be fair to everybody that comes through here. And you still haven't showed up, and it's been over a year, and now you want me to have some sympathy for you and to resolve the matters. I have no sympathy for you at all. No, the laws just don't apply to him.
At this point, I feel like it's taken up too much of my time. I think you have a duty to recuse yourself from any of my cases. Your Honor, I only have a federal claim against you as a means to try to keep myself out of jail.
My name is All Rights Reserved. All rights reserved.
This individual just learned the hard way that you can't avoid court for over a year and expect there to be no consequences. It's surprising how someone could ignore a bench warrant for contempt for over 30 days and still believe there. In the clear, this person is actually somewhat known within the so-called sovereign citizen circles. He refuses to attend court, pretends the law doesn't apply to him, and then seems shocked when the judge doesn't agree with his logic. Let's take a look as Judge Perkins
I'm here on behalf of the defendant, Jamil Lockhart, and you're making a special appearance.
All right. Well, you got to make your special appearance to the Wayne County Jail. I told you that the last time.
So I filed a notice of removal for all of these cases because I don't believe that this court is capable of acting in an unbiased way. But I mean, there's been no response from the city, but to this point, I mean, just the last court date we had, perjury was committed. I mean, you guys put on the record that I failed to appear, and I spoke to you.
You did fail to show up to the Wayne County Jail. You were ordered to do 30 days in the Wayne County Jail. You haven't showed up. You still haven't showed up. So you're still disobeying. Let's not do this. This is how it started the last time. You're still disobeying the court's order, and you have to do 30 days. You have to present yourself to the Wayne County Jail. You have a warrant out for your arrest. And before we go over this other stuff, you got to go. You have to go to the Wayne County Jail. All right?
Yeah.
Okay, sir. So
I said what
I can increase the time if you can take to not be compliant.
Your Honor, I apologize for interrupting the proceedings. May I have a breakout room with this litigant, please, and thank you.
I don't know if he wants to speak to a lawyer, but he can if he needs to. He has that right to do so. You want to speak to the lawyer, Mr. Lockhart, or no?
Yeah, sure.
Miss Harris, what's going to go with Mr. Lockhart? So I don't know why he's still sitting here.
Well, Your Honor, if the court will allow, we would like to attempt resolution of the matters that are on the docket. So I would ask if the court could stay the contempt proceedings and allow him to handle these matters.
No. It's been well over a year. No, he's going to have to go turn himself in, and we'll deal with it that way.
Your Honor, if the court could, just in the interest of justice and judicial economy, if he could resolve these matters, if he's still going to have to do the 30 days in Wayne County Jail, if at time of sentencing, it could all be wrapped up together just to not further delay his constitutional right to speedy trial.
He's delayed his rights.
And firmly handles this case. Things definitely get tense, Judge. Perkins pointed out what many of us were already thinking. This man has been avoiding his arrest warrant for over a year, almost like he believes the court will eventually just forget about it. That's not how the legal system works. The longer he tries to avoid accountability, the worse the consequences will be. It's honestly baffling how determined he is to make things harder on himself. Now, after all this time, he's suddenly trying to communicate with an attorney, but it feels more like another attempt to delay the process than any sincere effort to make progress. He isn't making serious legal arguments, he's just stalling for time. I wouldn't be surprised if his next move is asking for another delay. Just to buy more time, Judge Perkins has been remarkably patient throughout this. I know many people would have run out of patience long ago.
He's delayed his rights to a speedy trial.
And I do have a resolution, Your Honor.
No, I don't want to, I'm not even going to entertain it. We're that ship has sailed. We tried to give him that opportunity a long time ago. He kept being contemptuous in the court. He comes with these far out legal theories that he has that I quite frankly, don't know where he's coming from on that. No, I'm not gonna even entertain that with it.
And Your Honor, I completely understand the court's position. I completely understand if he still has to do the 30 days Wayne County Jail, but I think that he was potentially misguided, did not understand the finer points of the law, court rules, and courtroom behavior and procedure. So now that he has the assistance of counsel, which I'm not saying that he didn't have the assistance of counsel before, if the court would allow him.
We offered him counsel then. He denied the counsel. Go back and look at the video. It's got over 270,000 views on it. And I told him that 30 days will give him an opportunity to read up on the law and so he can make it and understand how this process goes. So go ahead to the Wayne County Jail. You can take some, they probably have some legal books there, and we'll hear these matters when you come out, sir.
Your Honor, is any of this on the record or no? Or did we not? Okay.
No, it's not on the record because I didn't call the cases. I'm going to continue on. That appears to be Charles Gardner.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Your Honor, am I allowed to go back in the breakout room to explain that to Mr. Lockhart? Because he seems to have had a change of heart if the court would allow him to at least.
Maybe he can go turn himself in and you can file an appeal, file something to get him heard before the court, and they can zoom in from the Wayne County Jail and we'll resolve it that way. But until he turns himself in, he's got a warrant out for his arrest. He's had this warrant out for I don't know how long. I can look back into the record, but and he's never presented himself. So he was contemptuous then. He continues to not follow or obey the court's orders. So he has to go through the time, or hire himself a lawyer to get it back in front of the court. But until we get the first matter resolved that we had, we're not going to get into the other matters.
But contempt proceedings arise out of his appearance in court. So he's still not allowed to just resolve these before he commits himself to the Wayne County Jail?
No.
Okay, Mr. Lockhart, join the breakout room.
No offense to this public
As for the
defender.
public defender,
She's
no
just
offense to her. She's doing her job. Everyone deserves legal representation, and she's just fulfilling her duty, still trying to defend someone. Like, this is a tall order. It's like arguing with someone who refuses to believe basic facts. I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Am I being too critical? Or do you agree that if this man were serious about making things right, he would have turned himself in long ago rather than turning this into a drawn-out courtroom drama? People like this really test the limits of patience. They treat the law as if it's optional and then act like victims when reality catches up with them. Honestly, cases like this make me wonder if there should be specific laws or consequences aimed at these types of arguments. Maybe a mandatory civics course, or something similar. What do you think? Should the system be tougher on individuals who behave this way, or is there a better solution? Judge Perkins is absolutely correct in his handling.
And that'll conclude it. I still see Mr. Lockhart here. I don't know what else to do. What else you can do for him, Mrs. Harris?
So, Your Honor,
She continues to disobey the court order. Just continues to do so.
And Your Honor, I dare not say, I don't know. I don't think that it's an intentional, oh, I can't
That's
say
not
that.
intentional.
I
Wait a
can't-
minute.
I don't
So
think,
he's
I'm
not-
gonna take that
Alright.
back. I'm gonna take that back. I think he has good intentions. I think he now has a better understanding of everything that is taking place.
I don't think so, because he came in here talking about he's appearing on behalf of the person Jameer Lockhart. So I think he's on the same path as he was that got him into this situation.
And Your Honor, we've had that discussion at length in the breakout room. He understands what it would take to resolve his matters. He understands how he has to represent himself in court. And so I think he's in a position that he wants to resolve these matters. We've had the discussion. We asked for leniency and mercy from the court. I understand if the condition is that he still has to do 30 days in the Wayne County Jail, although we would ask if the court would reconsider that sentence now that he has taken the time to actually listen to advice of counsel and be made fully aware of how he should present himself in court. I know that it's his intention to resolve these matters without any further court appearances or draining any further resources or delaying the process anymore. And I know that the court doesn't want to delay the process any further. I understand his behavior is what put us in this position as of right now, but we're just hoping to resolve today if the court will allow.
I'm not moving. I gave him ample, it's a 27 plus, maybe 30 plus minute video. I gave him ample opportunity. You know, and I'm not moving.
I mean, Your Honor, I mean, in that video, I did apologize to you for, I guess.
You apologize after you got the 30 days. I'm
Yeah,
not
I
moving.
apologize after the offense was, I mean, I don't know when else I would
It's
apologize.
not, you and you still haven't showed up, and it's been over a year, and now you want me to have some sympathy for you and to resolve the matters. I have no sympathy for you at all.
Mhm.
I tried to discuss, we tried to give you a fair opportunity to be heard. You keep spewing these legal theories that I've never heard of before. And I've given you an opportunity at that date to speak with the lawyer. You refused that. You refused all the opportunities I've given you. And you came in here another time a couple of months ago, and I told you we weren't going to hear it then. You got to go report to the Wayne County Jail.
Mhm.
So
I mean,
you've
so
had ample opportunity.
You'd have me go to jail.
So on behalf of Jameel Lockhart, I do understand that, and I know the court may hear this often, but he does have a family that he supports. It would be a great hardship on his family, his resources, and his sense of economy in terms of his job if he would have to submit himself to 30 days in the Wayne County Jail. I understand that the court is not inclined to change that.
I didn't just give him the 30 days on the, he should have thought about that when I was asking him. I let him speak when I was asking him to not try to overtalk the court. Let me give him an opportunity to speak. He continued to disobey that. He should have thought about that then. There's a whole lot of people up in the penitentiary that have families that they take care of, and he's not going to the penitentiary. It's just county jail.
Of this situation. This man's arguments have run out of steam. In his previous hearing, he was loud and disruptive. Now he's trying to present himself as a caring family man. But you can't behave like that one day and suddenly expect people to believe you've changed overnight. Based on his behavior, it's hard to believe he's prioritizing anyone's well-being, even his own, unless his entire family shares. His misguided views, it's hard to see how this situation benefits anyone involved. Let's be honest. When you ignore a warrant for over a year after a judge has ruled against you, that's a crime. Just because you didn't commit a serious offense like robbery doesn't mean you're free to ignore court orders. This man seems to believe laws only apply when he agrees with them, but that's simply.
So I'm just not moved.
Would this court consider amending it in such a way that he could only do weekends to complete his 30 days?
He hasn't even come to done anything. I'm not inclined to do anything for Mr. Jameer Lockhart or the person of Jameer Lockhart or whatever he wants to be called or however he wants to be described himself. Jameel Lockhart.
So yeah, he has the matters that are set on the docket for today. He has presented himself to the court today.
Okay, you want to take? We'll take off the warrant. We'll give him a pretrial date, and then he can go do his 30 days, and he can tell the sheriff in there that what his next court date is, and they can, or somebody can rid him out then. City of Detroit versus Jameel Amir Lockhart, case numbers SP 1247989, counts 1, 2, and 3. State of Michigan. Now the laws just don't apply to him. State of Michigan versus Jameel Amir Lockhart, case number SX 378-29611. Appearance for the record, please.
Sherika Harris, on behalf of Jameel Lockhart, sir, could you state the name of the person that you are representing on the record, please, or that you identify, please?
So my name is Jameel Lockhart.
All right.
Yeah, there is currently a recommendation if the court would allow a plea.
No. He's gonna have to go do the time.
So, sir, as we discussed, I think you would be better suited if you, 1, hire an attorney, 2, go to the Wayne County Jail and submit yourself so that your matters could be resolved. I understand that when you appear in court, there's different attorneys.
He didn't want an attorney. And I guess you have gotten through to him a little bit. He changed it. He came in here appearing on behalf of the person, Jameel Lockhart. And then when he asked him to state his name, he came and he indicated that he was Jameel Lockhart now. So I don't know what he like I say.
I mean, if I could speak a little bit here. I don't know, Your Honor, I'm not a criminal.
Not reality. He's not avoiding accountability. He's just piling on more trouble. It's like he's living in a story where he's the main character but refuses to learn any lessons. What he really needs is a civics textbook and a calendar. Now, this individual suddenly wants a different judge. I wonder why. Probably because he knows Judge Perkins isn't going to let him off easy. It's typical behavior. They talk big until real consequences show up. Suddenly they're uncomfortable. But where was that discomfort when they were? Ignoring court orders? It's clear they want all the freedom without any of the responsibility. It's a very immature approach to life and the law. At this point, I honestly think the attorney should step back. She's done everything she can. But this client isn't giving her much to work with.
I just want to handle this, get this over with.
I didn't say you were a criminal, sir. I didn't listen.
No, I know you didn't.
I didn't say you were a criminal. As it stands now, these are allegations. So until there's an adjudication of either guilt or not guilt, that'll determine, whether you're a criminal or not. So I don't know. You got these allegations out here. So I didn't make that comment. You were a criminal.
Right. No, I'm not saying that you did. But I just want to handle this and, put this to rest. At this point, I feel like it's taken up too much of my time, too much of, your time, I'm sure. And,
this is what I do every day, sir. I serve the city residents of the city of Detroit and the state of Michigan and whoever comes in here. So It doesn't take up my time. This is what we do.
Yeah. So yeah, and continuing, I would just like to, get this over with, pay whatever fines need to be paid. I would like to have my license back. I can't rent a car when I travel. I would like to be able to do that. So whatever I owe for these civil offenses.
Thought about that last year, over a year and a half ago.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, I just want to resolve this. Whatever I owe for those offenses, I'm willing to pay, and it'll be done with this situation. I truthfully don't think it's your, mission to put people in jail that have not harmed anybody or committed any offense against, any actual live human being. I'm only guilty of speaking out of turn. And, I should have handled this differently. I can see that now, but yeah, I really just want to get this whole situation rectified, and whatever the charges are that I need to pay, I'm willing to do that, and I'll put this to rest.
All right, I'll let them speak. Next pretrial date is September 22nd.
Yeah,
Well,
based on the statements.
That being said, I don't think, based on everything that has happened, our history, the claim in federal court that I have against you, Michigan judicial tenure complaints that I have against you, I think you have a duty to recuse yourself from any of my cases.
Any reasonable attorney would have accepted the judge's decision and moved on. Instead, she's still trying to argue, even though there's clearly no winning strategy here. It's like arguing with a GPS and expecting different directions. Do you think she truly believes she can help, or is she just in too deep at this point? Now, the big question. Will this man finally show up in person for his hearing, or is he going to try tuning in from home again like it's just another day? Given his track record of avoiding court for over a year, I wouldn't bet on seeing him in handcuffs anytime soon. He avoids accountability like it's something contagious. At this rate, I wouldn't be surprised.
Have a great day, sir. Next court date, 9/22. You're still expected to turn yourself into the Wayne County Jail.
Well, Your Honor, I would ask one final argument. I understand that he may have indicated he did not want an attorney to represent him. Jail time is a very harsh penalty. And I know that the court didn't just immediately come to that decision. I would ask if the court would consider some of the things that were stated on the record in terms of he now has a better understanding. He is remorseful of how things played out. And I would ask if the court would issue a monetary fine for the contempt rather than jail. If the court would, please.
And he's got a proceeding in federal court against him. So where is it, where is this
I'm simply trying to protect.
Your Honor, Your Honor, Mr. Lockhart, on behalf of Mr. Lockhart, stop. What I'm saying, the court has to understand the fact that a lot of these things came into play before today. So if in fact there was something filed, it was before today, before having a better understanding of how the process works, how to conduct oneself in court, and that one is held to the same standards as an attorney. I would ask if the court would consider converting that jail term into a monetary fine.
Not at this point.
Your Honor, I only have a federal claim against you as a means to try to keep myself out of jail, right? It's not something that I want to do,
You can take any action. You can take any action under the law that you choose to, sir. I haven't prevented you or even tried to even attempt to prevent you, and I can't prevent you from
I
doing
understand
this.
it. I don't want to do that. I just want to handle this, pay whatever I need to pay, and move on.
So
You know,
again,
I'm
advocating
not a
on
criminal
behalf
that
of,
needs to be sitting in jail. I'm an upstanding individual. I have a lot of people that depend on me, and I haven't harmed anyone, and I never would.
understood. Thank you for that allocution. But on behalf of, defense would now move to ask if the court would allow a hearing on the contempt proceedings.
That hearing has sailed. He has been gone. He has 30 days for the hearing. Procedurally, that has sailed a long time ago.
So he already had a hearing on it?
No, we asked him, offered a hearing on that. We offered him an attorney on that before we entered into found him in contempt. We offered him to speak with the lawyer on that day. He chose not to. It's been over, I would say, quite frankly, a year at least. The motion he mentioned he was going to file a motion by 5/27/2022. It's been a long time. Those ships have sailed.
Surprised if he showed up from a hammock, claiming he's on ancient land. Honestly, unless he thinks there's something to gain, I doubt he'll appear. For context, this hearing happened back in September 2023, unsurprisingly. That was the last time anyone saw him in court. He didn't show up for his pre-trial hearing, which was supposed to be in person, not on Zoom from his living room. So this individual is likely still out there, pretending the laws don't apply to him. Sooner or later, though, a traffic stop will catch up with him. And then straight to jail, he'll go. Skip.
But Your Honor, arguably he didn't have the assistance of counsel. So I would ask, did we go through all of the steps for him to waive his right to counsel in that type of proceeding?
Well, you can go back and look at the transcript. If he wants some representation now, he can either have a court-appointed a lawyer, or he can hire a lawyer on his own. But at this juncture, I'm not inclined. I get people tell me I'm too lenient, and I'm a defense judge, and I try to be fair to everybody that comes through here. I gave Mr. Lockhart, and I'm giving Mr. Lockhart now over a half hour when other people only get 5 minutes to speak. I gave him ample time today and back when he came in court the last time. And you say that he's changed, but he came into court today spewing the same stuff that he started out before he talked to you, that he did when he was there. I read those motions that he filed, which was in the court's eyes, had no basis in law whatsoever. None. I've never seen those legal theories that he's purporting. I don't know if you, well, let me strike that. I've seen those legal theories that he's purported, but I've never seen those in the rules of court rules. I've never seen that in any of the law books that I've ever read. So I told him this back then, that he needs to go get the rules. I gave him an opportunity to read the rules of procedure. He refused everything. Now, the transcript of it, you can order the transcript. He can hire his own lawyer, and he'll get whatever kind of hearing that he will get. I'm not going to recuse myself from the case.
Understood, Your Honor.
Okay.
I have nothing further.
Very well. Next court date, September 22nd, 2023, will be a pretrial. Have a very good day, sir. And again, you're ordered to turn yourself into the Wayne County Jail.
Skipping court and ignoring warrants isn't just disrespectful, it's illegal. And while Michigan's system might not chase people down as aggressively as some might expect, it always catches up eventually. That's the kind of loophole these individuals love to exploit, but it only works for so long. The legal system may move slowly, but it doesn't forget.
All right, this is the city of Detroit versus Jamel Amir Lockhart, case number SP 121-10611, SP 121-8072, counts 1 and counts 2, SP 124-7989, counts 1, 2, and 3, and the state of Michigan versus Jamel Amir Lockhart, SX 378-29611. Appearance for the record, please, if he wants representation.
My name is All Rights Reserved, here by special appearance on behalf of the Lockhart.
Turner, may I please have the gentleman to restate the name? I was not able to make the first part of that.
Name is All Rights Reserved.
Thank you.
All right, today is the date and time set for a pre-trial. I'm going to reschedule this for an in-person appearance on, what is that, October 12th, 2023. You're scheduled to appear in person, Mr. Lockhart, on October the 12th, 2023 at 8:30 a.m., okay?
Your Honor, there's a problem with that.
Well, I don't have a problem with it. What's your problem with it, sir?
Sir, the problem is Jamel Lockhart only exists on paper, and he can't show up physically in the courtroom.
Okay, well, the person that's representing Jamel Lockhart, you need to appear then.
Yeah, I believe the court has me confused with the entity, and I believe the reason you're trying to do a in-person meeting now is to try to throw me in jail for speaking out of turn. So under that kind of threat, that makes it hard for me to want to proceed with this.
That's your choice, Mr. Lockhart. If there's nothing further, you have a very good day. Your next date is October the 12th, 2023 at 8:30, and that is in person, all right? Have a good day, sir.
Did you receive my motion?
I haven't received a motion yet.
Okay, well, it's been filed, it's been timestamped. I'm not sure why you're not getting any of my motions. This is another problem with this proceeding.
Well, if you've got a federal lawsuit, I'm sure the federal judge will summons me to court, and I'll appear then, because I unlike you, I don't buy court. So have a good day, sir. Best of luck to you.